am fully live. I want to make sure I'm live on YouTube and that they can hear me. Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to make sure that you guys have your computer. Okay. Because I'm going to take you guys to different things inside of AI to show you guys how it should be properly programmed. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but recently, ChatGPT leaked people data onto Google, right? So there was a bunch of people's information running out on Google with people personal information. But like I told you guys before, there's a specific settings that I wanted you guys to go into if you guys are utilizing ChatGPT and take that settings off, right? Which is your data control. You do not want people to have access to your data. So that's one of the first things that I want to actually show you guys when it comes to operating with ChatGPT or just AI in general, because we have to remember it is still AI. It is not perfect. We are operating in a space where AI is taking over. It's here, y'all. It's here. It's not going anywhere. It's taking over. Let me put this a little higher. I think this will give me a better view. Okay, right. So it's taking over, it's here, it's not going anywhere. So you guys have to make sure that you guys keep up with it. So one of the first things that I want to do is, let me actually share my screen on. Perfect, yes, okay. So one of the things here is I want you guys to make sure that you guys go into your settings. Make sure that you guys can still see me over here. Okay, perfect. So one of the things that I want you guys to do is I want you guys to make sure that you guys are going into your settings. Okay, so you go into your profile with ChatGPT. You go into your settings, okay? Okay, let's see. Once you get into your settings with ChatGPT, we want to make sure we go to data control. Once you go to data control, it's going to say improve the model for everyone. We are not improving the model for everyone. We're improving the model for ourselves. So training your ChatGPT, because what ChatGPT has been doing is it has been training AI on your information. Now, imagine launching a program where ChatGPT is now taking your information that you're using to launch your program and giving it to other people. Now, your information is no longer exclusive. And that's also and I won't say the downfall of AI, because AI is here, right? It's not going anywhere. So it's not necessarily a downfall either. But I do want you guys to pay attention to that, okay? So make sure that you guys go into ChatGPT, go inside of your settings, and then go inside of data control, and you're going to see where it says improve this model for everyone, okay? Take that off. Another thing I want you guys to do with your ChatGPT is what we call personalization. You want to personalize your ChatGPT to sound like you, talk like you. If you want to put FOMO, which is a fear of missing out, you want to make sure that you are personalizing your ChatGPT. So when you're getting ready to create AI agents, which is more of like hiring assistants for your business or just creating AI agents in general, you have a personalized model of you, right, that you can have other people use. So one of the things that I do, because yes, ChatGPT does do everything, but one of the things that I love doing is I want to make sure that my staff, when I hire new staff especially, that they're familiar with how I operate. So what I do is I share them with their own information on my ChatGPT. So it may say, like one of my staff before was Valentine, right? It would say, I will go into ChatGPT and I will program it. I will say, hey, ChatGPT, I have a new staff that started with me named Valentine. He is going to be working on newsletters, right? Please make sure that you are talking in my voice so it sounds like me. So in that way, when people are reading the newsletter, it still sounds like me. So that's also another thing. You can go inside of it and you can go to personalization, and then you can go to custom instructions, okay? And customize your GPT. So you can tell it you're a business credit coach, you get into the space of AI, you wanted to talk a specific way. Another thing I do with my chat GPT, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of M. So you know how you go into side of chat GPT and you see all them little dashes and all them extra marks that they be giving you where you know it's chat GPT, like the extra stars where you know it's chat GPT. So I've programmed my chat GPT to whenever it's doing work for me, those things do not come up. So it's called M. So I go inside of chat GPT and I will let chat GPT know, please also stop using M dash in my output. Please only use commas, full stops, brackets, periods, so on and so forth. So in that way, you're training ChatGPT to sound just like you, okay? So make sure that you guys are programming it. ChatGPT also know that I am the #1 in the industry when it comes to no PG business credit. That is my thing. That is my lane, okay? I'm staying in my lane. I'm also #1 when it comes to no PG business vehicles. Okay, my community is the top community when it comes to getting no PG business vehicles. And for those of you guys who don't know what PG is, meaning no personal guarantee. Okay, you're not using your personal information. YouTube, really quick, can you guys just let me know if you guys can hear me? Because I know you guys are having an issue not hearing me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, so again, going back inside your chat GPT and personalizing your chat GPT. So we want to make sure we take off data control on the setting, which is data control. And then we want to go to personalization and we want to take that information off as well. Okay. Okay, perfect. So what I want, one of the main things I want to give to you guys when it comes to funding your business utilizing AI, I'm going to give you guys specific prompts that I want you guys to use for beginners. Okay. This is for those of you guys who are in the beginning stage. And YouTube, I believe you guys can still see my screen because I've put together a selective amount of prompts for guys. Okay. So first we're going to start off with, okay, so first I wanted to find me 10 no PG business loans, right? Because this is where you guys struggle. 10 no PG business loans for a brand new business. Brand new business. We're going to hit send, and this is what it's going to give me. So it's going to give me, it says 10 legit no PG business credit loans and credit options for startup businesses, okay? So Titan was one of the ones that I told you guys about before. There's a few merchants. Y'all know I love me a good Magic Merchant Money website as well. We have revenue advantage type websites, revenue funding type loans, merchant cash advance, which is always a good one. But here's the thing about merchant cash advance, right? You have to have money generated in order for you to get merchant cash advance. How do you do that? You create a product, generate revenue, connect that account to a specific lender, and they will fund you based off of what's coming into your bank account. So if you guys needed help creating digital products, we can actually help you guys create digital products, put together a marketing plan in place for it as well too. Okay. I'm sure you guys have heard of like on deck capital, but again, remember, we have to meet specific points. PNC Bank is also a good one if you do like an unsecured business loan or line of credit with PNC, right? With PNC, this is better for those of you guys who have those age corporations. If you guys know, you know. If you don't, you don't, right? But for those of you guys who have that age corporation, you can go to PNC and PNC will give you between $20,000 to $100,000 with no collateral, but you have to be in business for a certain amount of time. It's a no personal guarantee requirement, but you need to have a PNC business checking account. If you're in business, you should have at least about 5 business bank accounts. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all 5 business bank accounts that y'all should have. PNC, I highly recommend that you guys have. Truist, I highly recommend that you guys have. Navy Federal is always giving out a bag. Yes, Navy Federal is PG, but Navy Federal gives us a bag. Okay. a bag. Bank of America is another one that everybody should have. And then you should have a local credit union. So if you're in a particular city or state, you want to make sure that you have a local credit union. Okay, local credit unions are really, 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 really good. Okay, thank you so much for telling me that you guys can hear me. Can you guys see my screen over here on YouTube? I want to make sure that you guys can see my screen. Okay, so those are 5 banks that you guys should have, because if you guys are not familiar, you should have taxes set aside in one bank account, your day-to-day expenses set aside in another account, payroll set aside in another account, because we got to understand that even in business, there's a thing called commingling. Now, commingling is more of on the personal and the business, but also on the business side, you want to make sure you set your business up for success. Okay. A lot of things I did not know in business. I've had businesses that grew, businesses that failed, businesses that grew, businesses that failed, that grew. I've had multiple businesses and still building businesses, right? Because as you start to learn, you start to earn. My failures came from lack of education. I'm literally immigrant to entrepreneur. So people would think that I should know certain things, right? But I'm not from America. I'm from a whole nother country where we were brought up a certain way. So every time I learn, I want to make sure I'm teaching people, especially those who was not fortunate enough to know the things that the average American person knows, right? The average American person knows. Coming from another country, y'all would think that we are slow. That is not the case, right? We just grew up in a case where it's more of, I can go next door to the neighbor house and borrow a cup of sugar. Literally in 2025, we can still do that, right? My dad was living across from this lady who has it's called a parlor, but in America, I guess it's called a bodega or a corner store, right? But in Trinidad, it's called a parlor. So we used to go across the street to the parlor months. We used to get stuff from the parlor. We know it's not free. We know we just wait. She has us on credit, right? Where once my dad gets paid, then my dad will go in and he will pay her. That's how we grew up. So sometimes people think that, oh, well, you're naive. You don't see people doing certain things. No, I just always look at the good in people a lot. That's just how I grew up, right? It's just how I grew up. So anyways, back to funding your business. Okay. Back to funding your business. Okay. So here, once you guys drop in the 10 the 10 no PG options, here's what I want you guys to do next. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to upload my client's business experience profile. Okay. Business experience. Okay. Boom. So remember, we asked AI for 10 no PG business loans. Okay. So I'm uploading my client profile and I have my little bulletin points. So I'm going to copy and paste for you guys. Okay. And then I'm going to put in here, here's my client's experience business profile. Out of the 10, which one would she qualify for? Okay. We're going to hit send. Perfect. You can see my screen. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, all right. So out of the 10 that we had asked ChatGPT for or AI for, AI said, oh, another bank, y'all. So also consider KeyBank. KeyBank is really, really good as well, right? So that was, I meant to give y'all 5, but I gave y'all 6, but have multiple bank accounts. Because when you have multiple bank accounts, you fund the bank accounts, you can get funding for your business. Okay. You can get funding for your business. All right. So back to what we were doing. So qualification breakdown out of the 10 option, right? Highly probable approval for go for these first. So it's telling me with her profile, we can go with Brex, we can go to Giggle. I guess it's supposed to be it's like Google, but Giggle Finances up. So if you guys are not familiar with Uplyft Capital, you guys should get very familiar with them. Okay. Forward financing. But again, remember those requirements. Some is based off of revenue. Some is based off of profile. Some is based off of credit. But you guys know I'm not big on the credit space. I'm getting into it, y'all, but I'm not big on the credit space because I like to stay in my own lane, right? I did not have a social for a very long time. This is why I am like literally one of the only person in 2025 still talking no PG, because not having a social put me in a different page. Okay. I have no choice. A lot of the times people have the easy way of getting credit, which is like utilizing your social. I have a social now, I have a citizenship now, but I wanted to stay in my lane of no PG because that's what has helped me to build an empire. Okay. So it gave me 6 out of the 10 based off of her business profile that it feels will be best for her. Okay. And then it gives me like the medium probability. It's telling me to tell her to wait 3 to 6 months or stack later, meaning that you stack your business credit, right? So you continue building business credit vendors, but you do what's considered stacking. Okay. And for the my funding stacking, or the my funding stacking, it gave us a whole play for it, meaning that it says do Brex, do Uplyft, do Fora, do Fundbox, do it's telling you guys step by step what to do. Do PNC, wait 3 to 6 months before you do this. All right. But here is the kicker when it comes to no PG funding. It's about the prompt when it comes to utilizing AI. Okay. It's about the prompts. So I want to show you guys something really quick. Okay. Somebody said, oh, that makes sense. Thank you. Okay. So prompt that I put together for you guys. I'm going to read it out for you guys on here. So you guys, because YouTube, you guys can see it. Okay. So it says, act as my client deciding business funding assistant. Okay. My client has an experienced business credit score of 70, a financial stability rate of 1, which is really good. If you guys are not familiar with how the business financial risk scoring works, it says that she has 1 year in business, 6 trade lines with low balance, no negative marks, and tiny file. So her file is very tiny, right? Even though she has a good business profile, the file is very tiny because she's only been in business for 1 year, and she has had the business. She only had 6 trade lines on it, which is what we actually helped her get within, I think, within a month. I don't think she had much when she came to us, right? So it says, so your prompt is, I want you to draft a tailor outreach email, call script, and application checklist for lenders like Google Finances. Excuse me, Giggle Finances, Uplyft Capital, Credibility, so on and so forth, right? We wanted to draft a tailored outreach email for us. Also a call script. So if we're doing calls, hey, this is Patrice with my business does X, Y, and Z, is going to tail out everything for us. Okay. And then it tells us too, for each lender's outline exact documents my client should prepare: bank statements, EIN documentation, articles of incorporation, financials, etc. Right? When it matters. Remember, we went from 10, okay, they're giving us 10 that we need as far as no PG. Then we want to upload the profile, because based off of the 10, we want to know which ones we qualify for. It says that she can qualify for 6, but the last prompt is what makes the difference. You have to know how to go about asking for what you want, right? So remember, number 1 was telling us to draft a tailored outreach email, call script, and application. 2, for each lender, outline exact documentation my clients will need to prepare, bank statements, so on and so forth. Number 3, write a professional script for phone calls, right? So if you're going to be making the phone calls yourself, if you're going to be hiring somebody else to do the phone calls for you, you're asking the prompt to do it for you. So you want to put everything in place from the very beginning. Then number 4, it says create a week by week funding plan that show the exact order in which to apply, right? Then number 5, position me the coach, right? That's me the coach. I'm the coach, okay? As her representative, so I can send the email and make calls. And if I'm working directly with her, first of all, I'm not making no calls on her behalf. Right? I'm not making no calls on her behalf. I'm not sending no emails on her behalf. That's more work for me and my team to do. Now, can we do it for you guys? We'll talk about it, okay? But what it's doing now is helping me to prepare her for her next level. So I'm going to give her the information that she needs to reach out to them directly, okay? Now, with this prompt, we're going to hit send. And for those of you guys who are on YouTube, I'm actually going to drop the prompt inside of yeah, I dropped the prompt inside of the live. Once we go off, I'm going to drop the prompt inside of the live for you guys. Okay. So first it's going to tailor the outreach for her. So it tailored the outreach email. Okay. So it's telling us to send an email to the company. Subject line, funding requirements for her company, no PG option. We want to make sure it's no PG option. Okay. Hello, so-and-so. I'm reaching out on behalf of my client, da, 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 da. So here's the only difference. Always reach out as yourself, right? You don't want to be like, I'm reaching out on behalf of my client, because they know that we know what we know. Always reach out on your behalf. So I would change up the wording and make it look like I'm reaching out on behalf of the company, right? They have a we have a strong, because we're reading what they're telling us right now. They're talking as me as the coach, right? But I'm switching things up and I'm changing the wording to say I'm reaching out on behalf of my company, not my client's company, the company name, right? They have a we have a strong, experienced business profile of 70, a financial risk level of 1, which is the top tier when it comes to business financing, right? If you don't know nothing about business profile, a risk level of 1 is very low and very good. We're exploring no PG guarantee funding option and believe, that whatever company it is may be a great fit. Could you confirm the documentation required to move forward with the merchant cash advance application? Because remember, it tells us what each application is going to do, okay? It tells you what each application is going to do. Could you confirm the documents required to move forward with the merchant cash advance application? We are preparing with bank state. We are prepared with bank statements, EIN documentation, articles of incorporation. And if you guys know anything about me, you guys know that when it comes to documentations, you want to make sure that you have your black book. For those of y'all who don't know, have those black books. Okay, I have several black books sitting right there, right? It's called your corporate kit, corporate veil protection. Okay, you have LLC, S Corp, C Corp, doesn't matter. You need corporate veil protection. It has all of your meetings. It has your stock certificates. It has your articles of incorporation. It has your EIN all in one place. Whenever I go to the bank, let me grab one. Whenever I go to the bank with this book in my hand, okay? Because I don't know what the bank is going to ask me for. So whenever I go into the bank, I go to the bank with my black book, which is what's called my stock certificate, okay? Y'all can see I just went to Chase, okay? Got my bag with Chase, right? So it has my corporate stamp, okay? Corporate stamp. Everybody should have a corporate stamp. Can't show y'all my personal Chase documentation. But inside of the book, it has your articles of incorporation. Let me go this way. All right. Articles of incorporation. No, this one is my bylaws. So the bylaws, if you guys can see the bylaws here, okay? We have our articles of incorporation for the business. We have our minutes, okay? So let me explain to you guys the minutes. What the minutes is if you guys are familiar with LLCs, right? Everybody have an LLC. LLCs is what we call limited liability company. It's exactly that, limited liability company. People who have LLCs are limited liabilities. This is why most people do S Corps and C Corp. This in my hand is a C Corp, okay? Anyways, minutes. So what the minutes does, the minute protects the business. So at any point in time, the business needs something. The business is going to give me permission as the president, the CEO, the manager, whatever position you give yourself. The business is going to give me permission to do it. If the business need a cell phone, I need to document that. The business says, hey, Patrice, we appointed you as the person to run the business. Yes, we're going to allow you to we're going to allow you to have a cell phone, okay? My minute says that I can get a cell phone. My minute says I can go out and get loans. My minute says that I can go out and open a bank account. My minute says that I can buy a car for the business, right? Several cars for the business, if you guys know me, right? The minutes give me permission to do this, right? So you end up in a position where the people or the man, whatever you want to call them, come and say, hey, we noticed that you have this company that you're running. Yes, we see that you're paying taxes, but the business has a whole bunch of things happening. Absolutely. All I do is I slide these documentation right to the IRS agent and I say, here you go. The business allowed me to do this, right? All of this is stuff that the business allowed me to do. I have tons of it. It's called staying in compliance, okay? Staying in compliance. The business says, yes, you can go get that cell phone, right? The business says you can, let me look at some of these. Consent to action without a meeting of the directors, right? So if my meetings of the directors are not available, we still have the meetings, even if it's you, right? Allowing you to do things for the business. It allows you to open a business, a bank account for the business. Resignation. If you have a board member that's stepping up and down for your business, or for those of you guys who be buying the corporations, you have to have a resignation for the person who was on the board before. Open bank account. This business allowed me to open a bank account. Can y'all see that? The business allowed me to open a bank account. What's this one? Transfer of stocks. Transfer stocks for treasury. Transferring of the stocks. Anytime you have people step up and down, especially if they own stocks in your business, you have to transfer those stocks back to yourself, or back to the business, right? Because remember, own nothing, control everything. You own nothing, but you control everything. Special meetings of directors. Anytime you have special meetings, it needs to be recorded. Actions of incorporator. This was a name change. We did a business name change. Guess what? We have to record the business name change. I'm trying to look for a good one here. Okay, open bank account. Let's see. I'm trying to get a good one. Save and hold harmless agreement. I hope y'all have a hold harmless agreement for y'all business, right? We're in 2025. Y'all need to protect what y'all put together, okay? More meetings, more resignations, waiver of notice of first meeting of boards of directors. Here's the thing. If you have a corporation and for some reason you did not have your first board meeting, you should have a waiver of notice for first meetings of board of directory. Y'all got to protect the business that you are building, okay? Anyways, back onto the topic. So this is the minutes, okay? We have stock certificates. Stock certificates. So here's the thing, y'all. I think last year or the year before, I posted a video saying that even as an LLC, you have to have stock certificate. And all the gurus came out of nowhere and was like, as an LLC, you don't have stock certificates. Listen to me. Corporate compliance, okay? Corporate compliance for LLC is called something a little bit different. But listen, it still looks like this. Okay? It still looks like this, which is your stock certificate, okay? But LLC, it just has a different purpose and a different reason. I had people in my inbox was like, hey, Queen, LLCs don't have stock certificate. Listen, you can't listen to everybody, okay? There's levels to this. There is levels to this on how it operates. Whenever you have a black book, corporate compliance is what you need, okay? Corporate compliance is what you need. Yes, people make money, but are you protecting the business, right? When I tell y'all people was in my inbox heavy, there was like Hey, I saw that you post a video on an LLC having a stock certificate. That's not correct. LLCs don't have stock certificate. And then they sending my they sending my videos to all these people, and then all these people sending back the video to me. And I'm just like, look, there's levels to this. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. It is what it is. I'm not about to fight with y'all on the internet. All right, then we have shareholders agreement. Okay, make sure you have your shareholders agreement, especially if you have partnerships. Shareholders agreement. We have a transfer ledger. So people don't know when you start a business, you need a transfer ledger, meaning that stock certificate in there, you have to complete that. Okay, I am stock certificate number, let's just say 1001. You have to complete this information and put it inside of your book, y'all. Put it inside of your book. So if y'all need the Fincher IRS documentation for that as well too. Let me tell you guys something. If you know, you know. Everything that I do, I back it up. I want you guys to call Laughlin and Associates. Ask for Wayne. Tell Wayne that Patrice told you about your LLC corporate compliance book that has stock certificates inside of it, and let Wayne explain to you the different levels of compliance. Listen, y'all, if you know, you know, right? When I got that video, I'm not arguing with people in my comment, in my inbox. I'm not doing that. If you know, you know. Do what you have to do, right? I know about corporate compliance, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hire the #1 company in the world called Laughlin and Associates. I'm going to have a relationship with Aaron Young, who is a founder of the event, who invites me to a multiple of his seminars to speak at his seminar, Magnify Your Wealth, and I'll be there in corporate compliance. If you know, you know. It's just how the way the game works. Okay. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. I'm not arguing with you because you don't know that you have to stay in compliance even when you have an LLC. All right. Back to this funding stuff, y'all. So it's giving us funding. Why am I screaming like loud as hell for no reason? Anyways. So Uplyft Capital, right? Y'all know that's my passion. I be passionate when I be talking to y'all, passionate about it, right? Okay, so Uplyft Capital also gives us a subject, the body of the email as well too. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all cannot laugh at your own selves, okay? If y'all cannot laugh at your own self, I laugh at myself all day, every day, because I am a fun person. As a coach, when you guys meet me in person, I'm same energy, okay? Same exact energy. May not be this loud, but I've got the same energy. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? I'm not for everybody. Everybody is not for me, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe. Okay, so funding option number 3. So funding option for the company, we have the subject line, we have the body of the email. So basically what this is doing is giving us all the emails that we should be preparing for these companies to send down to them. Okay? All of the information that we need to send out to the company. So now it's going to tell us the phone call script. It's going to give us a phone call script as well too. Okay? It's going to open, so it gives you an opening call script. Hi, this is Patrice with, I'm just going to say Her Secret Vault. Or if you know the rep name, you can just say, hi, Bob. My name is Patrice. I'm the representation of Her Secret Vault. We're a corporation based in wherever you're based in. I'm going to say Atlanta because that's what, it's so funny when these things pull your profile because it gives you all the correct information. So she's based in Atlanta. I didn't tell this AI that she's based in Atlanta. AI knew she was based in Atlanta based on her profile, right? With the Experian business score of so and so and so, I have a risk factor of this. We have been in business for this amount of years. We have this amount of trade line, no negative marks. I want to discuss funding options for low risk businesses that prefers no personal guarantee product. This is your phone script. Okay, it gives you a phone script. So it even says if the rep asks asked about the tiny file, then you say, yes, we are still early in our business. However, our client, listen to this, our client risk rating is the lowest possible, which is number one. You may be new in business, but what is your risk rating? Their risk rating is number one. We have consistent payment history and zero derogatory marks, right? We are looking to grow responsibly and want to align with lenders who value stability over debt. Listen to the wording. We want to align with lenders who value stability over debt. Y'all, the wording is everything. We want to align with lenders who value stability. The business has stability versus debt. So let me tell y'all about stability really quick. So if you guys have not heard about micro lenders, CDFI lenders, those type of lenders, those lenders like stability, right? So I did a live and I said, how much money you guys want to get in funding? Somebody said 50,000, somebody said 100,000, somebody said $150,000. But you have to understand, lenders like slow and steady wins the race, okay? Slow and steady wins the race. When you are looking for funding, especially with those type of lenders, you have to get specific with them, right? So you want to do something like $53,500 versus $50,000. Or if you're saying 100,000, you want to do 108,400. It's specific. And the reason why it's specific is because they know that you have done your business math to say, okay, 10,000 is going to go towards marketing, another 50,000 is going to go towards payroll, another 22,000 is going towards this. So you were very specific with your breakdown. Okay, very specific with your breakdown. Then we're going to go back over here to the system because we know what these lenders are looking for. And we're going to say, can you put together a business plan for, I'm going with micro, whoops, spell that wrong, micro lenders. It's all about knowing what to do and how to do it. So you can't just go in and immediately and say, hey, put together a plan for micro lenders. You don't even know what your business profile look like just yet, as far as what AI is telling you that is available for you at the moment, right? We got to make it make sense, okay? So I won't say same exact thing when it comes to vehicles, but let me tell y'all, the game of business vehicles has changed in 2025. And y'all best to believe sister is coming out with an AI version of it, okay? Let me stay the course, y'all, because y'all know when I get hype with y'all. But let me stay the course, all right? Let's stay the course. So now we're putting together a business plan, okay? Business plan. It gives us a full business plan. Loan requirement, 25,000 to 50,000. Remember, I would not do 25 to 50,000. I would be specific, right? So I would do, if I do 25, I would do $25,452.29. Okay? If I'm doing 50,000, I'm doing 53,325 cents. Because specific is what gets you in the door. Plus, we're asking them about stability, right? We're telling them that we want lenders who prefer stability over anything else. All right? We got a business plan, NIAC code, SIC code, year we've been in business, number of employees, which was already pulled from our business profile, marketing analysis, so on and so forth. Okay? Loan requirement, again, we're going to be specific with it because it's specific things that micro lenders look for. Okay, specific things that micro lenders look for. And then what we're going to make sure that we do, we can actually just copy the blueprint that it gave us, right? To make sure that we are going about this right. Now, obviously, this is a lot more in depth than the if you want to say surface based that I gave you guys, even though it's very detailed. but it's definitely more in depth as far as making this on automations, reaching out to the companies, right? It's definitely, and I won't even say that this is surface level because this is deep, but it's a lot more to the game, especially when you understand your profile, how to break your profile down utilizing AI, how to add the proper business credit vendors as well too when it comes to AI. But here's the magic of AI in 2025, guys. The magic of AI in 2025 is that it gives us an advantage to fix whatever we need to fix. If it's the denials that you guys been getting, right? Why are we getting denial? Upload your profile and your denial. Ugh, I can't give y'all all the stories. I can't. I'm lying. Y'all know I be giving y'all everything. Y'all know I be giving y'all everything. But anyways, back to what we talk about with the funding, because this is funding for beginners, right? Make sure that you guys have a business plan, because micro lenders and CDFI lenders are two of the main lenders that deals with business plans, right? And they lend to just about everybody. Don't matter what your credit score is, but you have to even know where to listen. Y'all have to know where to find these lenders as well. Okay. So your no PG lenders, your PG lenders, your micro lenders, your CDFI lenders, your grants, you have to know where to find them. That's also another thing. It's so much myths happening on the internet where people tell y'all go left, y'all go left. People tell y'all go right, y'all go right. But let's do the real work. I'm sending y'all to real sources. Call Laughlin and tell them you're looking for the black book for LLCs, right? Limited liability companies, and let them break it down for you if y'all think that what I'm saying is nothing. Listen, I live by compliance, okay? I love me a good compliance. And I tell y'all the reason why I love a good compliance, because when I first started business, I knew nothing about compliance. Nothing about compliance. My first couple of businesses that I had like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 12 years, nothing about compliance. I was never in compliance because I knew nothing about compliance. So when you start learning, you want to make sure that you're equipping people with the right information for them to grow and scale their business. You just have to do it. I knew nothing about compliance. I'll be the first person to tell y'all, yes, I've had multiple failed businesses. I sure did. I did. 2010, 2014, look, I guess I was an entrepreneur my whole life and didn't even know it because I didn't have a social. So I had to figure it out, y'all. I had to figure it out. But I knew nothing about compliance. But as time started going, I started getting access to different resources, right? Because having a social, having a citizenship puts you unfortunately, because it's a good thing. It puts you in a different motion, if you want to say, right? It puts you in a different motion. But back then, I knew nothing about what I knew now. So yes, I have had failed businesses in the past. I sure did. Learning is earning. The more you fail, the more you do better. And that's exactly what started happening. I failed, did better, fail, did better, fail, did better, better, fail, better, fail, better. Look, the no's, the fails, it comes with this. You just have to not give up. We're in a space of AI now, right? Where a lot of you guys may be feeling the heat with income not coming in the way that it was coming in before. Guess what? Pivot to profit. Pivot into profit. Find the right lane. Is also knowing how to prompt AI, so AI is giving you the right information. That's the major problem that people are not understanding, is how to prompt AI, right? If you guys did not know, I have what we doing tomorrow, y'all. The AI corporate credit engine. It is one of a kind, showing you guys how to fund your business utilizing AI. One of a kind, y'all. It's trademarked, right? It is trademarked. Let me pin that here. Is it the AI? Because I know YouTube, y'all can see my screen. Let me see. Oh yeah, so it's just AI corporate credit engine, right? Oh, y'all can't see everything. I guess y'all can just see the main screen, right? We kick off tomorrow. I think we are out of free seats. I don't think we have any more free seats for tomorrow, but it's, let me see. Yeah, AI Corporate Credit Engine. That's the name of it. Unpin that one. Let's pin this one. Yeah. So AI Corporate Credit Engine, one of a kind, a program that I've built. A lot of the things that you guys see me doing on AI right now is this plus 10 times deeper. Okay, plus 10 times deeper. Okay. Someone says you have a mentorship program. I do. So guys, if you guys don't know already, so my main site, which is Bosses Build Business Credit, that site is actually down. The reason that it's down is because we're building out more of like AI type programs. So we have currently the AI Corporate Credit Engine, which is going to be a monthly program on funding your business utilizing AI. We have AI Millionaire.biz. So AI Millionaire.biz is like different AI prompts that you guys can get to help you within your business as well. Okay. We have the AI Millionaire Summit.info, which is coming up in Atlanta, y'all. So if you guys are looking to grow, scale, and fund and dominate and automate your business utilizing AI, you want to be at the AI Millionaire Summit. Okay. I will be out in Atlanta next week. Yeah, next week. And I have openings for what we call Hire Coach P for the day, meaning that what's going to happen there is that I'm going to show you guys how to, so we'll be together for about 3.5 to 4 hours. I can either come to your office or you guys can come to me. I can train your team, but I'll sit down with you guys for about 3 hours and we will implement things into your business then and there on the spot that you guys can take away and use within your business, right? So I'll basically be breaking down how to utilize AI to grow your business. So because a lot of people are not utilizing AI right now, right? So whatever you feel that you're lacking is, we're going to come in and help you guys to be better. So I'm going to be down in Atlanta. I think I have 2 more spots available for that. I need to double check on my team, but I think I have 2 more spots available for that. But I'll be down in Atlanta from the 19th, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, from the 19 to like the 20 something. I need to double check with my team, but that's one of the main things that we'll be doing. And like I said, I think we only have 2 spots left where I'm coming to sit down with you guys in person. Okay, I can come to your office, you guys can come to me, and we'll get to work. Right. So the link is in my bio for that. It's called Hire Patrice for a Day. I also have that virtually. So for those of you guys who are not in the Atlanta area and want to sit down with me virtually, like on Zoom, we can do that as well too. So if you go to the Business System Coach, the Business System Coach, you can see virtual or in person, or you guys can go to the link in my bio on any of my social media platforms. Right. So remember, my social media platforms is Her Secret Vault. My YouTube is called Bosses Build Business Credit. And you guys can just click the beacon link in my bio and you will see Hire Patrice for the Day. We're kind of revamping things, guys, right now, which is why our site is down. But in the event that you cannot get access to something, just send an email over to my team at orders@hersecretvault.net. If you paid for something already, you don't have access to it, we'll be more than happy to get it to you guys. Okay. But yes, so tomorrow we're doing the AI Corporate Credit Engine, which is funding your business utilizing AI. That's going to start at 10 a.m. PST time, which is my time. If there's anything that you guys know about me, I start on time. Okay. So if you come in at 10:01, I will already be started, right? I am very big on not wasting people time. So I don't care. Sometimes I'll be there talking to myself and then people come trickling in like 10:01, 10:02, 10. I'll be talking to myself the whole time, okay? Because we gonna get this game regardless. But y'all, Atlanta for the AI Millionaire Summit is going to be October 11th. October 11th. I'm really excited about that. And I want you guys to show up in numbers because I want to remind people that it's not about status. It doesn't matter if you have a million followers where everybody's like, oh my God. No, 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 no. It's about education. And my goal is to educate you guys. You guys know that we're going to have Runway Billionaire there. Runway Billionaire, which is there. He's all about systems. Okay. All about systems. We're going to have Dana there. She's all about real estate, utilizing AI for real estate. Edwina, brand new business associate, right? That was connected to me with Runway, a beast in AI, a beast in AI. So if one thing that y'all gonna do, y'all gonna come ready to get this work, okay? And then we working on some more, obviously some more people to be a part of the AI Summit, but you guys can find all of our information inside of the link in my bio. So her secret vault, one word, y'all. I have a lot of fake accounts out there, so I want to make sure I put it out there. Be very careful, double check, triple check before you guys hit follow, okay? My page on Instagram has about 164,000 followers, okay? If you guys do not see that number, that is not me, all right? All right, so I'm going to open up the floor. Let me see. 4:44. I'm going to open up the floor for 15 minutes to answer some questions for you guys in regards to this. Let's see, 15 minutes we've been on already. So with YouTube, I try not to go over a certain amount of numbers so I can save this for those to come back and watch it. So I want to open up the floor for some questions. If you guys have any questions, definitely ask your questions. In the meantime, you guys can be a part of my AI corporate credit engine, which is going to be tomorrow. If you guys cannot be a part of the AI engine, I would love to see you guys in Atlanta, October 1st. October 11th. I'm excited about that, y'all. When I tell you I'm excited because we have so many people that's really going to educate you guys. If you guys have ever been to any of my event, we've never fluffed people, right? It's all about straight details. It's not about if you can do it, I can do it too. No. We're going to show y'all how to build AI agents, AI twins, automate your business utilizing AI, grow your business to 6 figures a month or 7 figures, because this man is a beast when it comes to automations, right? We're going to show you guys those things live. It's not going to be like, oh, join my membership to get, no, you can join the membership afterwards if you choose, but you're going to get this game while you're sitting there. Okay. And your other platform, can I switch and pay monthly there? Which other platform? So yeah, we do have AI platforms as well. So we have 2 platforms. We have our $5 AI membership, which is all about AI, meaning that it's about showing you guys how to create avatars, how to create faceless YouTube channels. That's also the link in my bio as well, too, if you guys are interested in that. So the first 100 people is at $5. I think we're like 4 people short of the $5. Once the $5 is capped, I think we go into, it's still not going to be expensive. We probably go to like $8 or something. But everybody who started at 5 is going to stay at 5. Oh, I think it's like $10 or something like that. You never know. Okay, but which platform did you try to switch for monthly? I am in the other platform. Can I switch and pay monthly there? So when you say switch, so you can't necessarily switch from one program to the next because it's 2 separate systems, right? But you can cancel and then join the other one. Wait, what is this? Somebody. Yeah, what is this on? Oh, top fans. I'm like, oh, what is that? Pretty cool. Huh. What does the top fans mean, guys, on you on YouTube? Okay, let's see. The one that had courses. So they all have courses. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but they all have courses. But like I said, you can't switch on one to the next. You can cancel the other one and then move into the other one. So remember, those 2 programs do 2 different things. Okay. The one for $5 is like different levels of AI, meaning like ASMRs, YouTube channels, generating like your own AI person. Also the VO3 videos where you can train your AI to walk, talk, so on and so forth, do commercials for you and stuff like that. And then we have our 7-figure membership, which is $47. That is after you guys do the AI corporate credit engine. If you guys wanted to have ongoing support with your business as far as growing funding and scaling your business, you will want to be a part of that. Okay, so those are two separate purposes. Thanks, 7-figure a month. Yeah, 47 So Lala, you probably want to stay in that one, especially if you're joining class tomorrow. But yes, the $5 option is available, but it's two separate purposes, and you can either cancel one to join the other or just be a part of both of them, but you can't like switch. Okay. All right, y'all. Do y'all have any more questions for me? I'm gonna just take a brief moment to answer any more questions for you guys, and then I'm gonna put this over here. Y'all know for a fact, whenever I disappear off the internet and I come back, I always come back with straight gems. Okay, we going bigger and better in 2026. And notice I said we. Okay, notice I said we. It's not just me, it's we. We are going together. Okay, so yes, the mentorship, we will have the mentorship readjusted or whatever, relaunch, so you guys will have access to that very soon. But right now we just have the AI prompt, the AI corporate credit engine, the AI, well, that's the AI millionaire, and then the 5-day vehicle challenge. Obviously, we're still building that out on our new platform because the 5-day vehicle challenge will still be available. So we'll have the 5-day vehicle challenge. We will have mentorship, monthly mentorship that you guys can join as well too. And we already have consultation, so you guys can always go in the link in the bio. And I'm only doing one type of consultation moving forward, right? Because all the other ones just doesn't make any sense. I've been trying to join the AI membership, but have been receiving an error message due to security code. So we don't personally have any security codes. Sometimes that can be something on your end. Can you send me maybe a screenshot in my DM with the security code that you're getting? But we don't have anything. I sent you an email. So you sent an email to my team. So for sure, my team, when did you send your email? Because they should have gotten back to you. Yes, I will send a screenshot in a few minutes. Perfect. Thank you. But we don't have any security codes, but what we can do is probably just send you the link directly to see if that made a difference. All right. All right, guys. Do you guys have any additional questions here for me concerning about the information that I just gave you guys with AI? No questions, no questions, no questions. All right, y'all. So for those of you guys who will be a part of the AI corporate credit engine tomorrow, we are going to start on time, which is at 10 a.m. because at 11:30 we have a masterclass that we need to. Well, I have a masterclass that I need to teach inside of my other community. So I want to make sure I start on time to give you guys all the information that you guys need, and then open up room for you guys to ask questions. Okay. I'm always big on answering questions for you guys. All right. All right, guys. If you guys don't have any additional information, I appreciate you guys so much. I thank you guys so much. Listen, y'all. I'm back and better than before. Okay. Let's get to work. All right. So I don't see any questions. So again, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. As a reminder, Bosses Build Business Credit. I'll talk to you guys soon. So you know how it's like a double ending here. So you got to end on YouTube first, and then you got to